or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe if you like my content. Today we're going to be making this very delicious groundnut soup, so without further ado, let's get started. Starting with the puree, in my blender I have 1 chopped beefsteak tomato, I have 4 small sweet peppers, I have some ginger, onion and habanero pepper, and also 4 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to go ahead and blend this up until it's nice and smooth, and then we're going to start on our chicken. Then we're going to season our meat. I'm using chicken here, but you can use any meat of your choice. I'm starting off with some paprika, some garlic powder, then I'm going to add white pepper. I'm using 1 teaspoon each as a measurement for each of my seasonings, but definitely go ahead and season to your taste. Alright, so as you can see, my cayenne pepper decided to get stuck in the bottle and it did not want to come out. So what I'm trying to do here is just shake it out so I can add some of it to my seasoning. And once it finally decided to cooperate, I went ahead and added some black pepper and also 1 teaspoon of salt. Then with clean hands, I'm going to mix everything together to ensure that all pieces of the chicken or the meat has been coated with the seasoning. Once my chicken is all coated, I'm going to set that aside and move on to the stove. I've added about 6 tablespoons of oil to my pot, and I'm going to leave that to get hot before I add in my meat. You can add as much or as less oil as you want, but definitely go ahead and add your meat and leave it to fry. Once I have all my meat in the pot, I'm going to leave it to fry on each side for about 5 to 7 minutes. It has been about 7 minutes now, and I'm going to flip my chicken over to the other side, and I'm going to allow this to cook, or at least to brown on the other side. I'm not cooking this all the way, I'm just looking to get some color on it before putting it into the soup. If you're enjoying the video so far, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, here another 5 minutes has elapsed and my chicken has been browned on the other side. So what I'm going to do is just remove it from the pot and set it aside. I went ahead and cleaned up my pot a little bit, and to it I'm going to add 6 tablespoons about of oil. You can use more or less if you want to. And once it's hot, I'm going to add my onions and leave this to fry until it's translucent. Once my onions have cooked a little bit and they're translucent, I'm going to add my puree that I blended before, and I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick mix, and then we're going to cover it and leave it until the mixture reduces. Okay, this is about 5 to 7 minutes in. As you can see, the puree has dried up a little bit, but there is still a little water. So I'm just going to stir this and then cover it back up and leave it to cook. Ten minutes later, my puree has dried up significantly. As you can see, there is very little water left, and I'm satisfied with this. So what I'm going to do is just stir it up now, and then I'm going to add in 4 heaping teaspoons of peanut butter. You can add more or less depending on your personal preference. Then I'm going to go ahead and stir this up to combine it. Afterwards, I'm going to add in my water. You can add as much as you want depending on the quantity of soup you want to make. I added about ½ liter there, and then I'm going to season it. For my seasonings, I'm going to add in 2 bouillon cubes, or Maggi cubes as they're known. Then I'm going to add in some salt and also some white pepper. And then afterwards, I'll add in some basil, then some oregano, and then lastly some black pepper. I used about half a teaspoon for each of these seasonings, but definitely go ahead and season to your taste. Next, I'm going to stir in everything to make sure it is nicely combined. And then after stirring, I'm going to add in my chicken from earlier that I fried. And once I've added all my chicken in, I'm going to give this a very light stir, and then I'm going to cover this and let this cook on medium-high heat for about 15 to 20 minutes until the oil starts to rise to the top. That's how you know your peanut butter is cooked. And that's all. This is such an easy recipe. It comes together fairly quickly. You can put this together in about 30 minutes or so, and it is so delicious. You can eat this with rice or plantain or your pounded yam or your fufu. This is so versatile and it can be eaten with anything. But that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.